Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today let's talk about staying positive. Being a positive person comes from within. It's a mindset. You have to take control of that self-talk. You have to take control of your mind. You have to be able to be the driver of this ship, be the one navigating, be the one operating the controls. Because that way you can control what type of person you are. You know, for many years, I felt like I was out of control. And not just out of control in the bad boy, James Dean kind of way, and I was. But most of that was coming from a place of my thought process was out of control. My thoughts were all over the place. I was not thinking right. I wasn't able to organize my thoughts right. I wasn't able to be in control of my thoughts. I would just follow whatever would happen. If I woke up in a bad mood because of some dream that I had, and I've always had hard dreams, then my day was ruined. That's going to be 5 nights a week. I'm all of a sudden walking around most of the week just on edge, being negative. I was a negative person in general, where if you would try to tell me happy things, I would always come up with a negative response. If you tried to give me any kind of positive idea, I would follow it up and shoot it down like skeet shooting with negative ideas. I mean, even anything. Oh, it's a great day. Well, it's a shitty day somewhere. The ozone layer, you know, I could come up with anything to be Captain Bring Down. And that was just my mindset. And that also represented how I lived my life. I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck. I kind of had this permanent fuck the world mode. And for me, it was self-destructive in a way that where I was using drugs, I was abusing alcohol, I was involved in violent behavior, getting in fights all the time, committing crimes, just generally out of control. And it was all just because my thoughts weren't in order. My thought process was demented. And not just in a psychological way, in a crazy way, but in a disorganized way. Discipline starts from within. You have to organize your brain. You have to reprogram yourself. Who we are as kids and how we grow up as teenagers and the people that we develop into as young adults isn't always the best way to be. And people like to revert back, well, this is who I am and this is the way I've always been. So what? Who cares? Just because that's the way you've always been doesn't mean that's the way you always have to be. The first step to change is realizing that you have a problem. And I had realized that I was having problems. And I thought there was something wrong with my brain. And you know what? In some ways there was. And it wasn't chemical. But it certainly was neurological. It certainly was electronic. It was that we have electrical pathways in our brain like a circuit board. And what you focus on strengthens. What you don't focus on weakens. So if you focus on negativity, and there's a certain part of your brain that is responsible for your negative thoughts. And if you focus on negative thoughts all the time, always having this grass is always greener on the other side of the fence attitude, your life sucks, and not being able to see just the most basic goodness in other people or in the world, if you're just a negative Nilly all the way around, just have that negative vibe to you, it's hard to come to you with good news because you're always just like, ugh. Even if I say to you, hey man, I just won the lottery, all you're going to think about is how broke you are and how your life sucks. It's because you've strengthened the neurological pathway. Those circuits have become so powerful on the negative side and so weak on the positive side. So it's the first step to being a positive person and taking control of your mind and taking control of your brain is to make a conscious effort to stop those negative thoughts in the process as they happen and to drown them out and focus on positivity. At first it feels awkward. At first it feels weird, like you're the first kid at school, at a new school, and you don't even know anybody, you don't know what to do, or you show up to some sort of class and you don't know the material and you just feel awkward as fuck and maybe like you shouldn't be there. It's gonna feel like that in the beginning. And then you're gonna get more used to it and you'll be able to take control of your brain more easily. And it doesn't mean that you never think negative thoughts. I'm a positive person. I'm a glasses half full type of person. I see the bright side of life, but that doesn't mean I don't have the capacity to slip into that negative nilly, that monster like I used to be, that bring down, just that bummer of a guy. I can be that way. But now I can catch it and now I can stop it, whereas before it would take over. That's who I was. That's who I always am. This is just who I am. You have to accept me, like I'm just going to force, like a bully. I'm just going to force myself on the world. This is who I am, and everybody around me has to accept me for who I am. No, we don't. Especially if you're one of these negative pieces of shit. I can't stand being around people like this sometimes because I see the bright side. I see solutions. When a problem happens, all I look for is solutions. The problem doesn't even matter anymore. So what? You got your hand cut off? You can sit there and look at that hand all day long and cry about it. Look at the missing stump and cry about it. Whatever. Think about all the things you used to do with that hand and cry about it. I don't give a fuck. All I'm going to think about is solutions and ways to move forward and how this is going to work to benefit you and how are you going to be able to be productive with that missing hand. So I look at all problems this way, especially in business. There's a certain type of businessman when something happens, and every day when you run a business, it's like putting out fires. You're like a fireman. You show up and you're like, oh, this has to be done. That has to be done. Oh shit. Well, some people get into this, oh no, when something happens because their plate's already full. And when another thing happens, they feel like it doesn't fit on the plate, so they freak out. They can't handle it, they get overwhelmed, and they get emotional, and that's where they run into problems, and they feel like, okay, I just can't do this, I can't do this, and they get all negative. All the bullshit, the problems with their business start to be highlighted, and the good stuff starts to go out the window. The ideology, the dream, all that's out the window, and all they're seeing is the hardships. These types of people are hard to be around because I'm a solutions-driven type of person. That's a positive mindset. Always looking for ways forward. Always looking for a way over or under or around. You can stop and sit there and wallow in the dirt every time something happens, but I'll be gone. I'll just keep moving forward. And I look at other people around me this way too. I've learned over this last year in particular. It's taken me a long time. But who you surround yourself with really affects your mental state. It'll also deeply affect your forward progress. So you could be putting in a lot of work and be doing a lot of good things towards your mind, body, and soul, especially towards your mindset and towards your being a positive person in general. But it's going to hinder your action if you're around people that are go nowhere, do nothing, negative nilly, people that just can't see, they can't see the rainbow. All they see is the rain. They will hold you back. You hang out with six losers, you'll be the seventh. It's like what they say in business. If you hang out with 5 broke people, you'll be the 6th. Now, we can't always surround ourselves with millionaires who are, super productive, motivational speakers. And, we just know regular people. I'm a regular person. I know regular people. Everybody's got problems. But I try to help my friends with their life's work that they need to do. I'm not trying to be a therapist to my buddies, but like a team of soldiers, like a team of warriors, all fighting for a cause. We help each other. We each help each other over the wall because none of us can get over that wall alone, but we can all get over it as a team. So that's the kind of friendships that I try to develop. And if there's somebody on the team that is just refusing to be with us in a positive, forward-moving direction, then that person has to be taken off the team. They have to be put to the curb. They have to bow out. They have to be left where they're standing. And we're going to keep moving forward. We may replace you, but that's up to you. And it's hard to do this because we like people and we have these familiarities with people, and we tell ourselves these things like, oh, well, John's a good guy, or, Barbara, she means well. I know she's always kind of a downer, but she means well. Let those people wallow in their own misery by themselves. You don't need to constantly be dragged down by other people. If you can't help somebody up, if they're refusing to move forward in their lives, if they're refusing to be a productive, positive person with character, and they just want to be a piece of crap, move on. Say thank you for what you've taught me, and I will check you out later. So this is just some tips, some advice, just a little bit of a rant, some ideas that I have about positivity and why I am the way I am, and how I manage my life, how I try to stay on track, because that's what's important for me. I'm useless to other people if I can't be on track in my life, if I can't be productive, if I can't constantly be building my mind, body, and soul every day, and to have character that I'm building, not just that I develop and I say, pat myself and say, well, there you go. I did something nice once. Look at my stripes. I was a cool guy one time. You have to continually work on this all the time. And if I can't move forward with this because somebody else around me is trying to hold me back because they're too scared to be who they are, they're too scared to be great. A lot of people are. You think that's weird. Not everybody is ready to handle greatness. Not everybody is ready for it. Not everybody wants it. I'll leave you with this. There is good and evil in this world. Good doesn't always recognize itself, and evil doesn't always recognize itself. And I mean by that is that either or can operate and affect you. People around you could be good or evil and affect you, have a profound effect upon you. And they don't really even realize the effect they're having, or how they're motivating you or helping you, or how they're hindering you. And you can do this to others, and you can do this to yourself, because we all have good and evil within us. It's a constant battle to check what we call evil. And what we call evil is the unproductive, lazy, negative, downer. Life sucks. It's always been this shitty. Life has always been this. They don't see the beauty in it because they're focused on the hell. They live in hell. They're surrounded by demons. So it's just choice. Life is about choice. That's been the greatest gift that we've ever gotten as people, is that we get the ability to choose. And I choose every single day to move forward, to not just have a stasis and be the guy I was yesterday, but to move forward from yesterday. And in order for me to do that, I can't have backsliders. I can't have people with ropes around my waist trying to hold me back just because they need a comfort zone, because they need validation. You're not always going to walk this path with others. Not everybody is meant to be here forever. In fact, everybody's temporary. Look around you, even the ones that you love. So cherish even the ones that you love and the effect that they have on you. The people that are positive in your life, cherish them too. But don't get too bummed out about the ones that you leave crying at the wall when you're trying to build a team to get over it. And they're just standing there with their arms folded, this negative, nilly attitude about life and everything. It can be sorry to watch those people go and to see them get smaller and smaller and smaller as we move further away. But eventually they'll be on the horizon, and they'll just be a dot, and they'll be gone. And all that matters is what's in front of you and those next few steps. If you have to take them alone, take them alone. Thanks for watching.